Hey, Erica here. I just want to talk really fast about things that you should do before you start making your media kit or have a designer make your media kit, because I do offer media kits. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. I'm Erica Johnson, the owner of ePartners Marketing Incorporated. I help YouTubers, bloggers, and business owners become efficient and confident in their brand instead of overwhelmed and confused. I've helped hundreds of YouTubers and bloggers with their video marketing strategy, and I also help clients with marketing design and public relations. So, now that I've got that mouthful out, let's dig into the topic at hand. So today I'm going to tell you what you should do before you start looking for someone to make your media kit or you make it yourself. So if you have a pen and paper, I would suggest getting that out because I'm going to drop some real gems today. But if you don't have a pen and paper, you can definitely like this video and refer to it later when you have more time to actually take notes. So a few things I've learned while making media kits for different companies, brands, and influencers, bloggers, YouTubers is that each company asks for different stats. So you want to know those different stats. What are your followers? Like numbers, like how many followers do you have on each platform? Are they men? Are they women? How old are they? Where do they live? It's awesome if you know their income, but I think Pinterest is probably one of the main ones that does actual income information. Not quite sure about Facebook, Instagram, Facebook. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, you want to make sure you know like those type of demographics. Are they married? Are they single? Are they, college students? Stuff like that. You want to kind of know. That way you can determine if your audience is their audience. When your audience and their audience are the same or very, very close, it's a good match. You can be successful promoting their product, and then their product can get the representation and reach that they're looking for, because that's why they reach out to you. A brand reaches out to you because they want to promote their brand and they feel like you'd be a good representation of their brand to introduce it to your family, friends, and internet friends, followers, fans, however you want to think about it. That's why they contact you. I have helped brands and business owners look for brand ambassadors, and different things that we looked at during those searches was how consistently are you posting? What is your aesthetic when it comes to your content? It doesn't have to be grade A or like a professional videographer, but did you put the effort? Do you do any sort of creativity? And also I would say we pick different ambassadors for different things. When I was working with the company a few months back doing their ambassador program, it was a cosmetics company, and we chose different influencers because of their different specialties. If someone was really, really good at eyes, we sent all of them an eye palette, but we knew, okay, we can expect an amazing eye palette review from this person. If they were really, really good at their lips, it was that person. If they were really, really good at their lashes, it was that person. So understand that it's not that they're putting you in a box, and it's not that they're saying, oh my god, you're only good at this one thing, but that's why they choose different people. And that they look for different people. So you never think that you have to be like another influencer, but understand that that's why they seek out. I would say stick true to your craft and how you do things, because that's why they like you, because that's what's special about you. But understand that you've got to be consistent in that. Whatever level of creativity you use with other brands, or just you really, really like a product and did it on your own without being sponsored or anything, understand that's what they're expecting from you when they work with you. So your media kit's really the time to show that off. You want to definitely point out your most popular post. I would say like 2 videos or 2 posts on each platform would be best. But if you can only do, like, let's say you only have Instagram, pick your top 2 or 3 Instagram posts. Doesn't matter if they're video or picture or Instagram TV. You just want to pick out your 3 most popular posts and talk a little bit about it. Like, what was the inspiration? Why did you enjoy it? Also, think about past brand partnerships you've had. And if you're just starting out and you're like, well, I don't have any past brand partnerships, reach out to some of your friends that are bloggers or vloggers and try to do some collaborations with them. And they don't have to be big, but then you can say, hey, I was on this podcast, or I was on this blog, or I was on this YouTube series or whatever. Like, you have to get creative with it, and that's why collaborations. And also seek out the opportunities. Like, put yourself out there on LinkedIn or in a Facebook group or on the Girl Boss community, which I really, really love. I'll probably make another video all about the Girl Boss community. But those are the type of things that you want to be able to highlight, because no brand wants to be the first one you work with. And you can even start with like the affiliates that everyone kind of has, like a MailChimp affiliate or like a BoxyCharm affiliate. Like, I'm just giving out generic examples, but you can say, you know, hey, I've partnered with them at some sort of capacity. If they want to know more, trust me, they'll ask more. But also understand that you really can't finesse those numbers. So you can be completely transparent. You can say that, hey, I just launched my blog, or I just launched my channel, you know, earlier this year. You know, they really don't care about your numbers. Like, they're willing to work with a micro influencer and a, you know, established influencer. They're more worried about, or they're more interested in, who are you already reaching and the level of content you're putting out. That's what they're really, really interested in. Like, can you represent their brand in a good way? Because understand, the content you use for them, they're going to be using that in their, you know, content library, on their website and on their social media. And that's another thing for another day that I know is kind of a controversial topic, because some influencers feel that if you're using their content on your website, you should have paid them. But that brings me to the next point. You want to determine what your rate is going to be before you put together your media kit or have someone design it. And the reason why is because in your media kit, you should be including what your rates are for the different types of services that you offer. If you offer blog posts, how much is that? If you offer social media posts, how much is that? If you offer YouTube reviews or YouTube videos, how much is that? And the reason, and also the way that you want to say it, is starting at. And the reason you want to say starting at is because it depends how many they want from you. If they want 5 videos from you or 12 videos from you, a video each month, and it's going to be an ongoing relationship, then I would say do not sit there and say, oh, it's going to be $250. Because you know how long it takes you to make a video, and you're going to be really upset if you only get paid $250 and you make all those videos and you take all that time editing and you take all that time adding images and screen shares and before and afters, putting together lookbooks. You're going to be mad. So that's why I would say you want to say starting at, and then a price that they can go off of. I would also say, so just to recap really fast, I know I like kind of jumped all over the place. You want to make sure you know who your audience is, those different stats, those different demographics. You want to make sure you know who your followers kind of are, like what's their lifestyle, what are their interests. You want to think about past brand partnerships you've had. You want to think about what your rates are going to be. And then the next thing you want to definitely include is your contact information. And you also want to, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I recorded this video earlier, or I recorded a version of this video before, but you want to have your contact information on the media kit itself, and you want to have a way on your blog, your YouTube channel, and your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, where they can find that information from you, whether it's a link that says email, contact, or it's a link tree and then it says, work with me, or it's a page on your blog that says work with me, or it's a link on your contact page that says media kit, or it's a page on your blog that says media kit and has your media kit. Like, I will say there's no rules to the media kit. It doesn't have to be a PDF. It can be a page on your website. And it doesn't have to be a page on your website. It could be a PDF. It's your prerogative, however they can get that information from you. And then if you feel like I don't want everyone to know, see my media kit, okay, well, you need to have a way for them to email you to request that from you. And then I would also say that it's vital you do have an email set up just for this purpose. That way you're not missing it, because especially coming from the different brands, it might end up in promotions. If you're on Gmail, it might end up in promotions, you never see it, or it might go to the spam folder. So you want to have a special email just for this purpose, and it doesn't have to be an @domain name, just a simple Gmail where you know it's separate. You get into the habit of checking it each day and understand that that's where they're going to send agreements. So understand that you're going to determine your rates. And then also, I'm not a lawyer, so disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer, but you want to make sure that you know what you're willing to do in a brand deal and what you're not going to do. That way, when they present to you the agreement, you can determine if that works for you or not, because no one's making you do anything. If there's something in the agreement that you don't like, you are welcome and actually invited to say, hey, I have a concern here. Especially if you're saying, hey, I don't want to do an eye look, I want to do a lip look, or I want to do a, really artistic, creative, like those Halloween type looks. That's up to you. The brand's going to want to hear those ideas from you, and they're excited. They really want to work with you. That's how you get to that. And I will say this, that's how you get to that point. When it comes to brand deals, they're not reaching out to everyone in their audience. Like, they're literally going after, at a time, they might go from, 500 candidates down to a good 20 to 30 that they're actually in contact with, trying to get down to those final 5 or 6 that they're working with. So understand that. That's why you've really got to make sure you're being professional and that you're on your P's and Q's with communicating with them and understanding what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. That way it can be beneficial for everyone, and it could be a win-win for everybody, because they don't want to take advantage of you, and they definitely don't want you to get free product and not do a review. If you're thinking you're just going to finesse a brand out of free product, that's not happening. Not in 2019, that's not happening. So that brings me back to a point I said earlier with the finessing a brand. Like, if you're thinking you're going to inflate your numbers, like, they have different software. They can see, they know your numbers, but there are certain stats they can't see that you can see on the back end of YouTube, like where your audience lives and their actual gender. They can see your views, they can see your likes, they can see your comments, they can see your mentions for each video, especially with have you heard of TubeBuddy? So you can sit here and think you're about to finesse, but you're not. And actually, some of these brands are now requesting screenshots. And I actually have a client out in California, they're a production company, and they're getting different brand deals for different services they offer. And yeah, the company requested screenshots. So those days of thinking you're just gonna finesse, no, that's long gone. So I would say get those together too. Get your screenshots together. And also, something I want you to keep in mind when putting together your brand kit or getting one designed, you want to get this updated a few times a month. I know that every month is kind of hard to do because we're all busy people, but until you get to that point, make it a habit to get your media kit updated once a quarter, once every 3 months, maybe every 2 months, update it. And it doesn't have to be a complete redesign, just literally that stats page, change that. And then if your most popular blog posts and your most popular videos change that. I'm trying to think. I think that's all that I want to talk about right now. I didn't want to talk about anything else with the actual media kit itself. That's another combo for another day. But I just wanted to say things that you should do before. So you want to gather your screenshots, gather your demographics, gather your stats. Think about who your audience is, what's their lifestyle, what are they interested in, why do they follow you. Think about where your media kit's going to live, and think about how the brands are going to be able to communicate with you. That way you can land your brand deal. I wish you the best of luck landing brand deals in the rest of 2019 and 2020. If you have any more questions, let me know. And like I said, I've actually been on both sides. I'm an affiliate. I've been affiliates in the past, but I'm actually an ambassador for a brand right now. And then I've helped some of my clients find their ambassadors. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to learn next. Bye-bye. This is so dope. First page. Second page. Yeah, I designed them myself. Second page.